Hello everybody, SlimKirby here. Welcome back to more of The Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening for the Nintendo Switch. Last time we went to Candlelit Castle, we got the golden leaves, gave them to Richard, and he opened the way for us. So now we have the third dungeon ready to explore. Ladies and gentlemen, Level 3, the Key Cavern. For some reason, I really love the music for this level. Like, I just love the, like, little jingle that plays whenever you come into this dungeon. It's just so weird. Not my favorite dungeon song. I'll talk about my favorite dungeon song later. But, that's one of the things I always remember about this particular dungeon, is just that sound, that song, that loop of the song that does that. So yeah, this is the Key Cavern, also known as the Slime Cave. There's a couple of different names I've heard for this dungeon before. But for the most part, it's a pretty straightforward dungeon, I'd say. Well, actually, that's not entirely true. It's definitely not that straightforward. There's actually like a lot of different pathways, and there's some crystal switches that will prevent you from getting forward, so you have to move forward to hit a crystal switch to come back. There's this room where there's a chest here, but you need to destroy that enemy, which you can't get to yet. I guess it's not as straightforward as it could be, but it kind of has like a nice flow to it, I think. Like, it actually feels like a dungeon, where you just kind of have to work through, make your way to the dungeon item. Once you get the dungeon item, then you can kind of go back and kind of start figuring out how everything works. But the main thing you'll find in this dungeon is keys. Lots and lots of keys. There's a lot of doors in this dungeon. A lot of the rooms will lead to keys that you can use to unlock other parts of the dungeon. It's interesting how key-loaded this dungeon is. In fact, this section right here, with the 4 doors, you really only have to open this door, because each one of these other rooms is just a key leading to another key, for the most part. So, like, that's pretty much how this dungeon works. It's just there's a lot of keys. More keys than you actually end up needing in this place. But still, I always try to find them all, because I'm weird like that. Okay, so these guys right here can be kind of obnoxious. Bombs are probably the best way to take them out at this point in time. It's kind of weird that they can, like, block your bombs. Like, if you throw them right at them. But see, like, even that enemy will release a key. I love how this actually is like this conveyor belt does ultimately lead to the pits. It just takes a very roundabout path to the pit, which is kind of funny. But yeah, that's pretty much what this dungeon is, the Key Cavern. Pretty cool. So yeah, those guys will vanish if you get too close to them, so... This is why I definitely recommend you get the bomb upgrade before you come to this dungeon, because bombs will be very, very helpful here. Make sure you grab that before it goes in the hole. And there we go. So now that I think I hit the switch... Let me check. I did not. Let me actually hit it again then. I can't read that yet, unfortunately, but if I do find the owl beak, we'll definitely read that when I come back up. Oh, what do you know? It's right there. It's almost like I should have known that was right there. So yeah, now that we actually hit the switch, we can come back and get this chest now. Get rid of you. Come on. No! I jumped down. This Stalfos Knight is playing some mind games with me. Okay, so that's the map. I guess I haven't really been looking at this much, but yeah, all the maps have a basic shape that looks like what they're trying to represent. So this being the Key Cavern, obviously the map is a giant key. If you couldn't figure that out. I believe the first dungeon was like a worm or something with a tail, because the tail cave. The second dungeon was a bottle. Zelda dungeons always have like a knack for doing that. At least for some of the earlier games anyway. Far away, do not fear, dash and fly. That does not help us yet, but that will help us later on though, for sure. Okay. Don't worry about destroying this guy. I don't think there's anything in this room anyway, so you can just kind of ignore him. Now we're back in this section. Oh no, I always said back in this section. We haven't been in this section yet, but... We get a nice guardian acorn for our troubles. You know what, just to kind of save some time here, I think I'm going to go ahead and actually get the dungeon item while I'm thinking about it. So here we have what I like to call the Dodongo snakes. Because you defeat these guys by putting bombs in their mouths, much like you would do with Dodongos in like other Zelda games. Now in the original Link's Awakening, I don't know if you can actually do it in this version. I'm tempted to try it though. Yeah, I'll give it a try just to see if it works. One interesting thing about the bombs in this game is that you can actually pick them up while they're about to explode, and that will actually reset the timer. So yeah, I don't think it'll actually work in this game. Nope, it won't. That's a bit of a shame. But in the original game, if you defeated just one of the snakes, and you left the room, if you came back into the room, they both would be dead. Which I always thought was an interesting, not really a glitch, but again, just a kind of a, something, I guess, broken with the game. Still ate it though. I swear, sometimes these snakes are a lot smarter than they look. It's like it's learning from its mistakes. There we go. There's the warp portal, which you will actually check out here in a second. We need to go back to the first part of the dungeon again. But inside this chest we have the dungeon item, which are the Pegasus boots. You got the Pegasus boots. If you hold L, you can dash. Try going for a long jump. So yeah, once again, much like a lot of the other items in the game, the Pegasus boots in the original game were actually an item you put on your one of your buttons. But in the remake, you can just press a different button and you can use them automatically, which is great. Another glorified addition to the remake. I really, really love that they made this game so much more convenient in that aspect. I do find that, like, if you play a lot of Link's Awakening, like the original game, the Pegasus boots definitely feel a lot different in this game. It's just something you have to get kind of used to. Because, like, in this game, you kind of have to, like, you kind of build up your dash, while in the original game, you're just kind of, like, already moving with boots if you use them. And see, that's why I went over here, or why I didn't go over here to begin with, because I knew I couldn't actually get that yet. But yeah, in the original game, like, whenever you use the Pegasus boots, you just automatically be using them pretty much, so... Again, they changed the timing a little bit. So now that we have the Pegasus boots, we can go over here, kill this enemy, and then make our way back around and kill those other two enemies and actually get the reward in this room, which we couldn't get beforehand. I always found that to be a very weird Pegasus boot requirement, but there's a reason why they have those crystals over there, I guess. And I want to say this will give me a key, too, if I'm not mistaken. Oh no, that actually gives me 300 rupees. Damn, we're actually not too far away from the bow. That is actually really, really nice. The sooner we get that bow, the better. Also, I hear an ambulance outside. Sorry if you guys hear that. But yeah, I am not going to be complaining about those 300 rupees. That was a really, really good find. So let's start working our way on this side of the dungeon. Okay, that's a little annoying that I kind of pushed him out of the way, but... Oh well. We'll survive. Okay, so this is once again a door we can only enter from one way, so we're kind of stuck in here until we get rid of all the enemies. That will also create a chest right there, which I believe is the compass. Which again, it's kind of weird that we don't have that. The last dungeon gave us the map extremely late. This dungeon gave us the compass. Although I feel like you'd probably get this a lot sooner in like a casual playthrough if you've never played the game before, because I essentially know where everything is, so I did a lot of backtracking because I knew I'd have to do that. To defeat the black monsters with the hard shell, feed them something explosive. Yeah, I already figured that out. Yeah, I think I'm definitely doing a lot of this stuff out of order. So if you go over here, you can kind of get a hint for where the final key is. It's supposed to be here, which there is a bomb wall there that you can't actually see from this room. That's kind of a sneaky thing about this dungeon. That's admittedly something I got kind of held up on for a little while when I was younger. But now I am so much smarter than the game. And the game cannot fool me that easily. Man, seriously, at this rate, I might actually, I might actually have enough money for the bow, like, very, very soon. That's crazy to think about. So right here, there's a wall you can break. Normally the hint is actually, like, at this point right here, the arrow. The arrow is supposed to be the indicator that there's a hidden wall there. Poke suspicious parts of the wall with your sword and listen to the sounds it makes. So that's basically giving you a hint of walls you can explode. Also, these bomb guys, they act a bit differently than the other bomb guys we've seen. So if you hit them, they'll actually start following you and the timer will start. And that's how you deal with them. There, okay, there's the compass. Still very late. But it is there. This was not a compassless dungeon, although it almost was. And I believe these are just the normal bombs. Basically, if they have red shoes, they'll bounce around the room. If they have green shoes, they'll do the countdown timer thing. Okay, so with 4 small keys, we're actually able to make it to the final part of the dungeon now. The last thing we do need, though, is the boss key, which, well, by process of elimination, that's probably what that chest is right there. So now this is something you're going to be seeing a lot in this game, at least until you get the hookshot anyway. The combination of both the Pegasus boots and the Rock's Feather, where you make a running jump across the giant gap. Like that. And I'll do it again. We get our Nightmare Key. And, well, there we go. With that, we can start making our way to the final part of the dungeon. So we're going to use all the keys that we've been collecting to open up this small chamber of 4 locks. Key Cavern, everybody. The Key Cavern. Here we have a thwomp that we can run into to knock down. And now we have to once again do another running jump, get up here. Kill the piranha plant because we need to. I wonder if killing the piranha plant will actually like respawn it later. Also the boots, I believe with the boots you can actually get these guys a lot faster. So that's kind of how you're intended to actually, I guess, kill them. That's the thing, whenever a dungeon usually introduces a new enemy, usually the dungeon item will be a faster way to kill that enemy, so I guess it's kind of appropriate that the game does that. Okay, so in this next room, you get a warning about a key, which is weird because we have all the keys we need and all the locks are open. I think the reason why this key exists is if, like, you actually get, like, soft lock somewhere. Because, I guess soft locked is not really the right word. But, like, if you don't use any of the keys on those other 3 doors in that 4 exits room, you'd have no way to access those rooms. So they basically give you that key here to access those rooms if you wanted to actually get what was in there. But otherwise, that small key that we have now, we're never going to use because we've already gotten everything now. But yeah, with that, let's go ahead and fight the boss. And yeah, this dungeon actually is going to be taking us like a full video's length, which is kind of nice. Neener, neener, you can't find me. Nya, nya. Yeah, whatever. You're on the ceiling. Nice try, Slime Eye. I think that's the name of him. Yeah, the Slime Eye. So for this boss, what you need to do is you need to hit him a few times, wait till he gets like this, and then you can use the boots to kind of split him up. And then it's just a matter of hitting him until both of them die. Although they're being pretty defensive. You actually have to hit them from the front. Which I think is a change they make in the remake. I think in the original game you can just hit them like anywhere and everywhere. So here I guess they make it a little bit tougher, but it's still a fairly easy boss. There we go. Dungeon 3 is done. And again, I really like this dungeon. This is probably one of my favorite dungeons in this game, if I'm being honest. You got a heart container. Your maximum hearts is increased. Life is refilled. We have 1 small key that we'll be taking for the rest of the game. Unfortunately, unlike other Zelda games, we won't get to use that key in other dungeons, but that's okay. And we get the 3rd instrument of the Sirens, the Sea Lily's Bell. So let's listen to that sweet, sweet music as we head out of another dungeon. Waterfall. It's hidden in the waterfall. So I guess we're going to be looking at waterfalls next time. But first... Hi, Mr. Owl.
Hoot! How many instruments have you gotten so far? When you play the instruments in front of the egg, the windfish will wake and you will leave the island. Now you must hasten to the Yarna Desert. The dark, monstrous inhabitants of the sand will show you the way. Hoot hoot!
Okay, well that sounds like a plan. I'm not 100% sure how I'm doing for time right now, though, if I'm being honest. I'm trying to actually think. I want to say that we are over the 20-minute mark. So I think one thing I'm going to do is I'm going to head back to Maid Village really quick. How many rupees am I at right now? 915? Maybe I can very quickly get the bow. I don't know. I'm getting a lot of rupees right now. Oh, you know, one thing I could do. I have the boots now, so this actually makes sense. Also, yeah, with the boots, you can actually knock down these apples now. You picked up a green apple. These are best for recovering hearts. So, yeah, it's a very unnecessary health pickup, because you can find hearts so easily in the game. But, yeah, you can also use apples to regain health if you need to. But again, there's hearts, so you probably won't even need those. But still, fun little thing to show off, I guess. So yeah, I'll go ahead and grab what's in here, and then after that I'll probably end the video. If these things won't stop hitting me anyway. So yeah, there's a cracked wall right there. Let's blow that up. We're gonna go over here to get 50 rupees. We're almost at the bow. I think we're like 12 rupees away from the bow. I might be able to actually get that, like, when I go back to town here. And once again, get another heart piece, which gives us another container. So this cave is pretty much cleared out. Okay, yeah, you know what? Let's do it. Let's get the bow. May as well, right? I need 10 more rupees. Let's see, we get a lot of rupees from this frickin' grass patch right here, so... There we go. Okay, well with that, we can finally get the bow. Bow and arrow set, only 980 rupees. Thanks a lot, and come again. So now we have the bow. Hooray for that. And I believe if we leave and come back in, you can buy arrows now. I'm surprised this isn't available yet. This will turn into Chamber Stone, which you can buy for the Dungeon Maker, but maybe that only becomes available at a certain point. Again, the triggers for this game are very, very weird with when stuff becomes available. I don't 100% understand it myself. So I guess the last thing I'll do in this video before I close it out is we do have that spiny statue, which I didn't place in the last video. I'll go ahead and do it now. Place it here, and there we go. So this has been SlimKirby. Thank you everybody for watching. I'll see you guys next time when We're definitely not going to make it to Dungeon 4, but we'll start making our way to the first stuff we have to do to get ready for Dungeon 4. And we'll probably do some small bit of Overworld cleanup as well. So, yeah, I'll see you guys then. Later, folks.